Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Hope it's all great as we lead into this weekend. I hope you've got wonderful plans to spend with friends and loved ones. My kids will be here, so I've got a busy weekend ahead of me because they have like a bunch of things they want to do all weekend long, which is fine. It just means I have to be the chauffeur. Regardless of that, man, I've been slacking. I've been slacking quite a bit. I haven't published anything on the games channel for a while, and I have a lot of things I want to publish on the games channel. When I reinvigorated the games channel, I thought that I would do both board games and video games, specifically Switch games, because that's really all I play at this point. Aside from a few apps on my phone, if I'm going to play a video game, it's going to be on my Switch. And so, like, I recorded a bunch of. When I say recorded, I mean I hit record on the Switch a bunch of times playing Mario Golf, playing this fishing game I've got, and I had intended to do videos on those. I just haven't. And then board game wise, I brought back a bunch of stuff from Gen Con, and some of those games that I brought back I've already played and donated because they weren't worth keeping. And I was going to do like a video on that, but I don't know that I want to do negativity like that. I think that negativity is fine, and I think there's a space for it in reviews or just in the discussion as a whole. And I have heard from other people in the space, other people that do reviews, that not talking about it is the negative review. Right, that is the negative review. That's the ultimate negative review. Because from what I understand from publishers, that a negative review is just as good as a positive review as far as traction for the game. Right? No review is extremely harmful. Like that really sucks for them. So I thought maybe I would do some talks about the games that I felt were just kind of but I don't want to be that guy. Like, I do when it deserves it, right? Like there's there are things that I think deserve to be mocked, and those games weren't that. They just weren't for me. I didn't enjoy them, so I just kind of donated them away. Like, I don't want this. I have no need for this. But I have other games that I want to talk about. Sleeping Gods. Me and Em have been playing through Sleeping Gods. We're like just a few turns away from finishing our second campaign, and as soon as I wrap that, I am going to do a video on Sleeping Gods. And then Lost Ruins of Arnak, which I also got at Gen Con. I played it 2 weeks ago on Wednesday, and I'm going to play it solo again this weekend. That'll be another first look review, which is kind of my take on a first impressions review. I'm going to talk about Lost Ruins of Arnak this week. Hopefully. Like, I need to... But the point is, I've been slacking, and I don't know why. I actually really enjoyed making the last few game videos, and I think in talking to some friends in this that are professional board game people that do this sort of thing, most of them really kind of develop concise thoughts, plan their videos and their structure, and then shoot accordingly. Whereas that sort of thing gets in my way, and I'll never do it. I want to do the board game channel the same way I do this show, where I turn the camera on, I talk to you, I show you some footage, and that's it. And whatever I say is what I say. The problem is, if I say something wrong, I don't necessarily want to leave that in. And if I completely gloss over sections of the game I probably should have talked about, then I come back and I want to do reshoots. And that all just kind of, it can be daunting, right? So maybe I do need to do some pre-planning. Specifically with Sleeping Gods, I have to figure out a way to talk about that game without telling you about the game, right? Because that is a game of discovery, and I don't want to steal any of the discovery from anybody. So I have to do it a little bit differently regardless, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. I could talk about the mechanics, and I could talk about the overall like feel of the story and the adventures, but I don't want to talk about specifics. And it's very likely that I will, and I'll have to edit the video. But I still enjoy making them because I really just hang a camera right here. There's actually like a camera mount right here to hang my 4K camera, and I can talk to you right here, and I can really go into good detail, and then I can switch between cameras. Sometimes, surprise, surprise, I switch cameras just to mask that I said something wrong or I needed to do a quick edit to what I was saying. So I'll switch cameras for a second and then come right back because I needed to cover up the fact that there was an edit there. Most of the time, it's pretty obvious that I threw an edit in because it needed to have an edit. But I need to just get it done. But I also have a lot of other projects I need to just get done. And the question is time, you know. The board game stuff is stuff that I'm passionate about. It's stuff that it's not going to, you know, generate income or do anything outside of just being a hobby that I really enjoy. But I still want to do it. So it sucks that I've been slacking. And I still want to do the stupid... I said months and months ago, maybe last year, I don't know, that I called my collection and I want to do a video on why the selection of games that I have survived, why they survived the cut. And I want to just kind of go through my board game shelf. I think that one, once I start that series, I think that'll just kind of get me in gear. And maybe that's what I need to do, is do that first. But I like to talk about things while they're fresh. And I think part of the reason, one of the games that I talked about, one of the games I planned on doing a video for was Mario Golf on the Switch. But I feel like that's already gone. Like, nobody cares. And since I played it, there's been a bunch of new content that's awesome. And so I either would have to re-record that or just kind of gloss over the fact that the content that I'm showing on screen is like last year. Not last year, but like 6 months old or whatever. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Negativity, though. I want to avoid it unless it's merited. And very rarely is negativity merited, right? I think that most people put out products in good faith. Like, they're attempting to make something that is theirs. They're attempting to make something that they feel is genuine. I don't think that there's a whole lot of malicious actors out there making crappy games on purpose just to try to succeed on Kickstarter. I don't think that's a thing. So I try not to be the Debbie Downer when I don't align with something. But maybe I need to be. Maybe there needs to be more of that. I don't know. You tell me in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is imprecation. It is a noun meaning a curse spoken aloud. Thomas muttered imprecations as he circled the airfield, waiting for clearance to land his Airbus 380. Imprecation. I-M-P-R-E-C-A-T-I-O-N. Not heard that one before. Imprecation. That's an interesting word. And who has like a personal Airbus 380? Thomas does.